Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Students at a state line high school are sent home early after a stabbing. Two 17-year-old boys were injured, one seriously.
A woman is dead after a fire over the weekend. Safety advocates say this could have been prevented.
And it's a battle of the badges in two local communities. The winning village gets bragging rights while saving lives. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
A fight at Rochelle High School this morning ends with one student being airlifted to the hospital. Tom
Lewis is live outside the school. Tom, what can you tell us?
Eric and Mimi, a scene here at high school. This a violent altercation between two 17-year-old students began to unfold around 9 in the morning when an Ogle County deputy, an ambulance to the scene here at the high school. There they found two 17-year-old students with wounds, one with a stab wound. They were transported to Rochelle Community Hospital. One of the victims with minor injuries, the other victim with what's being described as significant injuries. That 17-year-old student was flown to an outside hospital. Not clear on the motivation for this stabbing or what led to the altercation. We did receive a notice from the school district 212 here in Rochelle saying that immediately after this incident, the school went into lockdown, meaning the students had to stay in the classrooms. About an hour and a half after this scene erupted, the students were let out, dismissed for the day. The school says that they made some resource officers available for those students if they wanted to help process this event. The Ogle County Sheriff's Office says they are investigating. They don't know a lot, but they do know that these 17-year-old students did get into some kind of fight that led to the violence. We don't have an update on the condition of the more seriously wounded students. They will continue to investigate. If we get more information about this incident, we'll stay on the scene, we'll gather that for you, and we'll bring it to you when it becomes available. For now, reporting live in Rochelle, Tom Lewis, your home team, back to you.
All right, Tom, thanks for that live report. Police arrest the man accused of stealing a Rockford funeral home van with a body inside it back in January. 23-year-old Dion Howard was taken into custody yesterday in Green Bay. He faces multiple charges, including abusing a corpse. Police say Howard stole the van from outside Collins and Stone Funeral Home January 21st. The body of 47-year-old Curtis Brown was in the cargo area. Howard then fled with the van to Chicago. Police found the vehicle on the city's south side the next day, but Brown's body wasn't inside. Police later found the body a few miles away. No word yet on when Howard will be brought back to Winnebago County.
A man is dead after a weekend shooting in DeKalb. Around 1:30 Sunday afternoon, DeKalb police were called to Russell Road, just east of Annie Glidden Road, for a shooting victim. They found 33-year-old Carl Austin hit several times. He died at Kishwaukee Hospital. Witnesses gave officers a description of the possible shooter. That description led police to 20-year-old Romel Hollingsworth Jr. They arrested him and say they also found a gun on him. Hollingsworth is charged with first-degree murder. Police arrest a teenager after an armed robbery at a Rockford grocery store. Early Sunday morning, officers responded to the Walmart on Walton Street. That's the store just south of State and Bell School. A Walmart security officer told police he saw a 16-year-old take a screen protector out of the store. He followed the teen to the parking lot. That's when the guard says the teen pulled out a gun and ran off. Police tracked the teen down nearby and arrested him. He's charged with 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon by a juvenile, retail theft, and armed robbery. A senior citizen dies after a fire in her Rockford home over the weekend.
Firefighters say there were no active smoke detectors inside the house. First responders were called to the home on North Central Avenue near School Street Sunday evening around 6:30. Crews found the woman in her bedroom and say she was not breathing. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Jess Lipson talked with Rockford Fire today, and Jess, they stressed just how important it is to have smoke alarms.
Eric and Mimi, it can be the difference between life and death, one firefighter told me. Accidental fires happen, but the results can be minimized with precaution.
Very tragic, and I'm sorry that they went through what they went through. I wish that this could have been prevented.
Firefighters say the fire detectors inside the home were not working when the fire started.
It became apparent during this fire that early notification was an issue, so we want to make sure that people have good functioning smoke detectors in their house. So this was an example that obviously the more time you can get, the better.
That starts with working smoke detectors. Rockford Fire has emphasized the 10-year lithium battery requirement in detectors. Detectors detect what you cannot. That includes smoke, which according to the fire department is the cause of death 2/3 of the time.
It doesn't necessarily make a noise, but you can be overcome by it very quickly. One of the substances in smoke in a fire is carbon monoxide, and that's tasteless, odorless, all that kind of stuff.
Priscilla is a neighbor in the area. She said she makes sure to check her detectors knowing the state of the houses in the neighborhood.
Well, the area here, the houses are a lot older. So a lot of times you don't put any thought into updating or checking your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detectors, cost and whatnot.
When incidents like this happen, the Rockford Fire Department goes around the city and makes sure households have working detectors.
We're not here to arrest anybody or fine anybody or anything like that. We are just going out to provide smoke detectors and making sure that people are safe, because early detection not only keeps the people living in the houses that have smoke detectors safer, it keeps firefighters safer, because earlier detection means smaller fires easier to put out.
Rockford Fire will be going door to door April 1st between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to make sure homes are meeting the requirement in order to stay safe. Eric?
Thanks, Jess. Gas prices have dropped in the state line over the past week. That's after rising recently. Our local average is $3.58 a gallon. That's down nearly 4 cents. According to Gas Buddy, the cheapest station is $3.33. The most expensive is $3.79. Experts say the drop is because of concern over recent failures in the U.S. and global banking systems. But analysts warn that may be temporary.
A local garden is named one of the best in the Midwest.
Midwest Living magazine calls Anderson Japanese Gardens the best botanical garden in the area. The website says you can find your zen at the 12-acre Rockford location. Anderson Gardens is the only local spot to be picked for the best in the Midwest. The list also includes the Cleveland Art Museum and Milwaukee for best culinary city. Anderson Gardens reopens for the season April 21st.
TikTok will have a chance to do damage control this week amid calls to ban the popular app.
At a highly anticipated congressional hearing, lawmakers will question the company's CEO. Hannah Brandt looks at what to expect.
TikTok's CEO is about to be in the hot seat on Capitol Hill.
I do have concerns.
Congresswoman Debbie Dingell is one of the lawmakers preparing to grill TikTok CEO Shou Chew at the hearing on Thursday. Dingell and other lawmakers say they're worried about the data the Chinese-owned app collects and how TikTok could be used for propaganda.
I'm going to do what a responsible policymaker does. Going to have the hearings, going to talk to people, going to get the facts.
This is an issue that's uniting lawmakers from both parties as they consider multiple bills to ban the app from the U.S.
Unless they firewall themselves from the Communist Chinese Party, they need to be banned.
There are reports the White House is pushing TikTok parent company ByteDance to sell the app to American owners. But Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre wouldn't confirm whether the administration plans to ban TikTok if that doesn't happen.
The president believes that it's important to protect the privacy and the safety of Americans.
Senator Mark Warner is leading a bipartisan push to pass a bill to give the Biden administration more power to crack down on TikTok. He says the app poses a threat to national security.
TikTok has to answer to the Communist Party. It's Chinese law. So your data is in jeopardy to be used in malicious ways down the line.
TikTok is already banned from federal devices and from government devices in several states as well. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, temperatures very comfortable, warming into the upper 40s and low 50s. Quite fitting since today is the official start of spring. We've had a little more spring-like weather here this afternoon. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera out in Freeport at the Park Hills Golf Course. This brought to us by Rockford Career College. The flag kind of whipping around in the wind. We've had a west and southwesterly breeze here this afternoon, which has helped warm our temperatures up throughout the day. But we've also added in a little more cloud cover. Also out in Freeport, our Storm Spotter training class with the National Weather Service. This begins at 6:30. We'll run through 8:30 here this evening. This is out at Highland Community College. They are on Pearl City Road, open to the public and free to attend. So if you've ever been interested in maybe becoming a certified storm spotter with the National Weather Service, you learn all about storm structure, what to look for, what to spot, how to report it to the National Weather Service. And not only are you helping them out by being the eye eyes and kind of the ears of what is going on during severe weather, but then in turn you also help us out during times of severe weather. So that's kind of our last local one. There'll be another one in April up in Rock County. No severe weather for us, but we do get into a little more of an active storm pattern coming up here throughout the next several days. The cloud cover that we have overhead now, the result of actually this weak low pressure system moving in from the west. There's not a lot to it. And because we're so dry, we're just seeing the cloud cover. So any sort of shower activity that tries to develop over the next several hours likely won't have much of an opportunity to reach the ground. 52 our temperature in Rockford, 49 in Freeport, 47 in Monroe, still at 50 in Galena, and 46 our temperature in Dixon. Ben, our weather watcher in South Beloit, 48, and that dry dew point temperature sitting at 29. Those dew point numbers are going to go up, which will signify an increase in moisture, and eventually that'll lead to a better opportunity for some rainfall coming up this week. But we are going to maintain that southwesterly wind at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, do you remember this stretch of March back in 2012 when our temperatures, we had several days of record high warmth, upper 70s, low 80s. Today is the 20th, the record high temperature 83 degrees. That was set back in 2012. We actually were really warm very early in the season, and then we got into a horrible drought later in the spring and then throughout the summer. In fact, many record high temperatures were broken that year. Southwesterly winds will continue. No record warmth for us today, but our temperatures in the 50s are going to kind of stick around here throughout the week. We will see those numbers drop back a little bit by the time we get into the end of the week and for the upcoming weekend. Notice as we go through time with Futurecast, low 50s once again. Unfortunately, I think we see a little more cloud cover as we go throughout the afternoon on Tuesday. Slight chance for a shower late in the day, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. I think a better chance for rain will come up Wednesday afternoon and evening as this warm front tries to live through. With that warm front, there could be a couple rumbles of thunder that can't be ruled out, but any threat for severe weather looks to stay pretty low and situated well to the south and southwest of us. So here's the next 7 days: 53 on Wednesday, down to 47 on Thursday, 44 on Friday. We'll have to watch that Friday night, Saturday system, especially with our temperatures at night. May see a little mix if that low pressure system, guys, comes closer to us, but we're back into the 50s at least briefly for the end of the weekend.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Dean Lowry has always known the NFL is a business. He knows it more than ever now after leaving the Packers and joining one of the Packers' biggest rivals, the Vikings. His 2-year free agent deal with the Vikings was announced last Friday, but today it became official when the Rockford Boylan graduate signed his contract. After 7 seasons in Green Bay, he is starting over again now in purple, and he's ready to make the best of the situation.
It feels great. I've always thought so highly of this organization, and to get on site here and to take a tour of the facilities and meet the people in the building, it's been just surreal so far and excited to get going. I played in the first game ever, home game ever at US Bank Stadium back in 2016 on the opposing side, and now to wear purple in that stadium and to feel the energy, it's definitely a force and one of the best environments in all of football.
Well, if the American Hockey League season ended today, the Rockford Ice Hogs would be in the Calder Cup playoffs. Barring a collapse over the final 4 weeks, they will get in. And they're battling Iowa for the 4th spot in the Central Division. They're a good 9 points ahead of 6th place Chicago. Top 5 teams get in, so the Hogs look like a lock for the opening play-in series. But they want to at least overtake Iowa for that 4th spot to clinch home ice advantage in that series. Hogs and Iowa are virtually tied for the spot right now, and the boys are doing a lot of watching of the standings.
Every point matters right now, and we're in a dogfight to get in the playoffs. We're in a dogfight to try to move up the standings. Get home ice. Try to not have to play in that original first round or play-in round, whatever they call it.
Everyone's really aware of where we are, and we've got the standings up in the room every day. You're checking. I think after every game you're checking the scores to see what the other teams in the division are winning or losing. But it's really fun, and we're excited to push for the playoffs.
The Ice Hogs will be off to Manitoba tomorrow morning for a pair of games this week against the Moose. The Blackhawks play tonight in Colorado. The Avalanche won their last 5 games. And the Bulls are in Philadelphia tonight taking on the 76ers. The Sixers are red hot. They won their last 8 games, and they now own the 2nd best record in the East. The Bulls have won their last 2 games.
more cloud cover out there this evening. We could see a shower or two here, more so a sprinkle because we are still pretty dry. Better chance for rain will come in the next couple of days. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s will drop down into the mid 30s tonight. So we hang on to the milder weather and we'll keep with those 50s here as we go throughout the next several days. Better chance for a few lighter showers Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and then could hear a couple rumbles of thunder Wednesday evening.
All right. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.